Hello, Gemini. Welcome, welcome, and a happy birthday. I'm so excited for all of you to be going through your solar return. It probably feels like it is very well deserved. A nice kind of recharge of your battery. I really hope that you are feeling good as the month progresses and as your birthday comes to fruition. I'm hoping too that you guys are doing well. You know, I'm not going to be doing a traditional intro with my face this month simply just because of reasons, just all kinds of reasons, which is also why my video quality is not going to be so good for the next couple months. But I really do hope that this Uranus transit has not been kicking your butt, because I know as a Virgo, which is a fellow Mercury ruled sign, the technology aspect of this transit has hit me so hard. So I hope that everything with your technology is going well. Your cars, your computers, any other technology that you may need to use on a day-to-day basis. I really hope all is well with that. So, you know, Gemini, before we begin with the cards, I did really want to talk about a little intuitive ping that I received last night. And I was laying in bed and I've been having a difficulty sleeping here in Serbia. And I'm like, if I'm going to be lying wide awake, I might as well think about the readings I have to do tomorrow. So what do I need to tell Gemini? And I sat there and I was thinking about Gemini, and, you know, I realized something, that over the course of the last month, I have run into a good 5 or 6 Geminis, whether it's Gemini, Sun, Rising, or Moon, at least that I know of. And man, you guys, your minds are like on a whole different level. You guys are so like, you're just operating at a speed that really most other zodiac signs, they just can't really keep up with. And the intuitive thing that I got, feeling like that one, well, there we go, a card ruled by Mercury. The thing that I got was, you need to tell Gemini to listen. To tell Gemini to be open and meditative in all of their goings on this month. It is going to be very important for you to keep as open a mind as possible. And you're very open-minded anyway, but I think that there's a need for an enhancement of that skill, because and even here, like, I didn't even plan that, right? Here is something that comes out that says, there's inspiration all around you. There's a new direction all around you. There's a connection, as indicated with the infinity sign here, that is meant to be understood, that is meant to be explored. It is very critical for you to be in a receptive state of mind as often as possible, if not at all times. The Magician is so wonderful when it comes to our ability to manipulate our own mental states. It is that alchemical process of transitioning from, you know, maybe thinking poorly or negatively about something and sliding up that scale toward thinking about the positive, right? It's about shifting from the lower vibration to the higher vibration. And you guys, there is always a higher vibration than where you are now. Always. That scale is infinite. And so whatever it is that you're feeling inspired to do, please listen, okay? Because you are going to be receiving some kind of information, whether it's from a friend, whether it's just esoterically, whether it's through something that is going to be important for you to be like, okay, that's what it is. That's what I need to do. That's where I need to go. And words this month, I'm not going to say they're not your best friend, because they are always Gemini's best friend. But the words you speak internally and the vibrations at which you vibrate internally are more important than the external ones, okay? Wow, 2 major arcana coming. Again, guys, I know my camera quality sucks. It's just gotta kind of be the way it is for the next couple months. Temperance is about balance. See, it is that alignment. See, this is the meditative state that I was just talking about. The major arcana are like big, signals, like waving you down, being like, hey, pay attention. Pay attention to your alignment. Pay attention to your third eye chakra. Pay attention to your heart chakra. I would very much focus, I don't know why this is such a weird thing. I don't think I've ever said this before in my life. I would very much focus, if you can, on the green vibrations. I'm getting a lot of green here, and I don't know why it's like really popping out at me. Green being associated with the heart chakra, right? Green being associated with love and beauty. And I feel like you have a capacity to experience a great deal of calmness in your life. And maybe that's a very much needed calmness. I know the past several months I've been talking about how you and Virgo, you're kind of flip-flopping. And the Virgo-Gemini combination has been a theme for me in my life. Actually, when I was in Miami, I met with someone who was Virgo sun, Gemini moon. And I was like, oh my God, like that's exactly what, I'm seeing both in him, it's so crazy. And the Gemini Virgo combination and the mixture of the two not only gives you that super sharp intellect that you are known for, but it gives you that ability to dig deep, deep, deep down and go through this process of self-perfection. Another major arcana. Oh my gosh, you guys, I can't even deal with this right now. And I'm sorry, I don't normally do the bottom of the deck, but I just happened to see it, so I have to show you the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, so look, can we just like admire what's going on for you right now? Big changes are coming. These are the same. This is the same stuff. Something is going to come in and change your direction. That's why you need to listen. That's why you need to pay attention. If it's a career move, if it's a family move, it's a breakup, a divorce, a getting together with someone. I mean, there is going to be some pretty major shifts going on for you. And a lot of you are going to be hit kind of hard by it. Like, wow, I did not even see that coming, But to be prepared, you can be prepared. And look, it's for the best. Like the Wheel of Fortune is always, always, always for the best. Right? There's no doubt in my mind that you are opening this whole new chapter. We all are with this Uranus transit, and we've got Mars coming into Aquarius as well last week. So, I mean, this Uranian blowing it all to pieces, blowing it all to fragments. Let's work. Let's make sure we are innovative in our life. Let's make sure we integrate changes in our life. That's going to really come and hit home really hard. If you're prepared, it won't be that big a deal. If you're not prepared, it's going to be like, oh my God, what do I do? And for some of you, this may have already happened. This sort of crashing down of your ivory tower, everything that you felt like, you thought it was going to be a certain way. You thought you were safe. You thought you were secure. And then all of a sudden you have that rug pulled out from under you. That's the Uranus thing. See? Ace of Swords reversed. There's an ego thing at play as well, which is why it's going to be incredibly important for you to remain as humble as possible and to remain, you're a mutable sign, so I'm actually not worried about you at all in terms of your malleability and your flexibility. You actually are like one of the most flexible signs in the zodiac. So again, totally not worried about you, but it is going to be important for you to be amiable to what occurs, to be open-hearted for what occurs, and to have faith in that process, to have faith in what is to come. And see, like this little, like the lightning, fire, and this, see how they're kind of like the same little shapes and symbols? This is called the yod in Hebrew. It's a little like alphabetical character, the yod. It's not just design, it's not just decoration. Everything in these cards is so on purpose, okay? And the yod is a symbol that I think mirrors the Wheel of Fortune. But there's something still that you don't know. See, the magician is the ruler of the aces, right? He's the number one, ace is number one. He's got the sword here, here's the sword. The sword seems to be something that he's not picking up. he's not accessing for some reason. Some truth isn't coming through, some information isn't coming through. It's almost as though this may happen and you're going to feel like you're not prepared to deal with it because you don't have all the information, right? And because you're Gemini, it's like you need the information in order to deal with something. But I want you to know that in reality, the more zen and the more connected and the less shaken up you can be about this, it's going to go smooth sailing. Okay, so it's all dependent upon, again, the alchemist, right? It all depends on how you see it. It all depends on how you view it. If you're a negative Nancy and you're feeling like, oh, such a victim, I can't believe this is happening to me, you know, all that kind of mindset stuff, then yeah, it's going to be really like, oh, really crappy, right? But if you are thinking, oh, wonderful, how blessed I am to have an opportunity like this come to fruition, how blessed I am to be able to make this change in my life so that I can grow, then easy peasy. It's not even a thing. Okay, oh, we get 2 cards here. See, Ace of Coins and the 3 of Swords. The 3 of Swords has been making an appearance, not often, I wouldn't say, but enough for me to like really be paying attention to it. The 3 of Swords is regarding the Ace of Swords as well. There's something still, a disappointment or a loss, but this is a necessary loss. Sometimes in order for us to gain, we must lose because we need to make space for this gain. This gain is always propelling us in a new positive direction. It could come in the form of a new job, a raise, a promotion. It could come in the form of just someone spending quality time with you, someone that's very important to you. It could come, it's, you know, it's a gift, it's a reward of some kind. But in order for this reward to come in, you are needing, or the universe is asking you to let go of something that has been very likely plaguing you. And maybe this 3 of Swords is also connected with the Tower, right? Very likely. We've got the storm clouds here, and here we have the thunder or the electrical storm. Again, Uranus related. Even though this is actually a card of Mars, but still. If we think electrical storm, we think Uranus. And, you know, I do feel as though it is a cleansing process. Sometimes we get cleansed with rain and thunder and lightning, and other times we get cleansed with fire. Right now we are getting cleansed with rain and lightning, okay? So when the rain clears, right, we are headed into summer, right? You are officially the last month of spring. You are responsible for bringing spring into summer. It is that transitionary phase of life, of the seasons, of the earth, the northern hemisphere, the world, that will enable new life to come. And so when you apply that concept and that idea to your day-to-day operations, like, wow, I am the catalyst for which growth and harvest is able to occur. I am the catalyst for which life begins, right? And you know, it begins with the rain and it ends with the harvest. So you are being asked to do your duty, and I feel like there is a very strong sense of responsibility. The Magician can go so many different ways, you know, it can be so tricky to interpret that, and it really depends on what's going on around it. You know, and some of you may actually get betrayed by someone or hurt by someone, or there may be something that occurs that you're like, oh my gosh, I cannot believe this person did that. I cannot believe that person like was able to do that, whether to me or to someone else. And I do feel like it's a sense of shock, right? Like, oh, I like rip my heart out. What are you doing? What are you doing to me? What are you doing to this situation? Like, you're completely throwing this upside down. But it is that thing exactly that needs to occur, right? Because this is, like I always say, it's an inevitability, but it is something that is there, that is prominent specifically to smack you back on track. Because perhaps you may have gotten distracted, or perhaps you've lost your way in some regard. And now this needs to happen in order for you to be like, okay, blah, 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 shake it off. Okay, I gotcha. I know what I need to do now. And then you just move forward with that. Holy cow. Okay. What else do we have here? Ten of Cups. See, it's no accident, you know? It's no accident. It's not, it's intelligent. It's all by intelligent design, you guys. I don't know what's happening here. Why this separation? Here's you, here's someone else. I don't like what the energy between the two, like, I don't know why this is between you. Why is this between you? Why are you running away from each other? This will get clarified in the comprehensive reading. All of these kind of more difficult things will get clarified in the comprehensive as well as this. Emotionally, I do feel like you are feeling it. Are you guys feeling like a tension over the past couple weeks, especially before May 15th? You know, were you feeling like anxiety? This card here, it always rubs me the wrong way when it comes out in the reversal, because, and I know it's right side up for you guys, but for me it's reversed, right? So it gives me anxiety because I feel like there's this, I gotta do, I gotta go. And there's like this urgency to accomplish, but yet there's not necessarily any regard for repercussions or results, really. It's just the act of doing rather than the more methodical, well thought out, purposeful kind of motion. And I mean, to be honest, I think a lot of, it's not just Gemini, guys, like everyone was really feeling this. It was very haphazard. Again, the effect of Uranus, this huge planet that has a tremendous impact on us. And here we are, like, feeling it on an individual scale, you know. Ten of Cups is really the ultimate in emotional fulfillment and emotional happiness. Sometimes this can represent an ideal. And I wonder if there was some kind of maybe even pie in the sky idea that you're realizing, or it's like, okay, that's not really what it is. That's really not what it was. And you are going to have to kind of give up on a little bit of an idea that, that you had, or a dream that you had, because obviously this person really isn't carrying through. You seem to be very emotionally connected to something, or feeling like you are compelled or obligated in some way. Four of Cups reverse, there's an element when it's right side up of emotional maturity, right? And to not being overexcited about things. Again, that's where the alchemist really comes into play. To not be too overexcited about things, for the simple reason that getting overexcited, you can overexert yourself and you can kind of get ahead a little bit too quickly. And so I do wonder if there's a little bit of a sneaky vibe I'm getting from this King of Cups as he's in reverse. So if you are dealing with a Scorpio, but it could also be a Cancer, Pisces, or someone with a lot of watery, right? In essence, they are very otherworldly, whether that's for their benefit or to their detriment. But they are kind of operating in a very different place from you, right? We have the blade and the chalice, the sword and the cups, right? The masculine and the feminine. But an overly developed feminine person can be like living in their own little dreamland, their own little dream world. And they can be like, I don't know, like there's not a lot of sense to it. There's not a lot of reality to it. Like they're so far over the line into the esoteric, or so far over the line into the idea that the world is mental or whatever, that they have a difficult time operating in reality in some regard. And that's kind of an energy that you really do need to get away from, right? Because that's their own, like they're in dreamland over there, right? And it's okay to have those elements and it's okay to operate that way, but you absolutely cannot forget that we are in a physical third dimensional reality, right? If you stub your toe, it still hurts. Just because you know that it's like the particles are all full of space doesn't mean it's not going to hurt, right? So you still have, this person still has to like come down to earth. To me, there's not like a very groundedness to them. And maybe it is them that causes this, right? They let you down in some way. They disappoint you in some way. Whatever it is, I don't like the fact that your element, the swords, are in reversed. It does make me feel like you're not feeling at tip-top shape. And again, that's why this alchemist is coming out first, right? Listen. Listen before you react. Listen before you make decisions. Okay? Listen to where this is trying to guide you. It's trying to guide you to the Ten of Cups. But if you're not listening and you're so focused on the hard stuff, or on the disappointment, or on the whatever this is, you're going to have your back turned to this. So that's why this attunement is very necessary for you. Okay, let's pull out a couple more and then we'll get ready for the comprehensive. Lots to talk about for you guys, for sure. Yeah, see, Two of Cups reversed, Three of Swords, 10 of Wands. What is it that's weighing so heavily on you? You know, what is it? What is that that's causing so much stress? Again, so much anxiety. I feel like you're feeling anxiety. That's the word that keeps coming to my mind. Two of Cups in the reversal, I feel is, you know, a disagreement, you know, it's a breakdown, it's a wedge that's being placed. You know, you can even see the sign of Mercury here wedging itself in between the two cups. And then we can even kind of envision the sword kind of coming in between the two cups as well. Your element symbol there. And a breakdown in communication. That's why it's important to listen. It's important not to judge. It's important not to project your stuff onto someone else. Definitely, though, there are two people going in two opposite directions. You know, whether it's a business partner, a best friend, a father or a mother, or a child, or whatever, whoever, you know, significant other. There's a separation in ideas. There's a separation in opinions. And so whatever this is, it doesn't have to be a big deal if you're mature about it and you understand what's going on and you understand where this person is coming from. Again, listen. Listen to the stuff that's between the lines. Listen to the words that they're saying and the tone with which they are using to say it. Listen, okay? And it will serve you very, very well. There's reward in this for you. Don't forget, there's reward here. There's a gift. There's something positive. You're headed toward the Ten of Cups. This is where you want to go. This is where you need to be. This is the ultimate in spiritual satisfaction, the ultimate in spiritual development that you can achieve in this situation. Okay, so here it is waiting for you, but you can't turn your back on it and run away from it. I think you do have to confront something. You do have to hit head to head with something in order for this to be a proper outcome. Okay? So let's go ahead and I'm going to, if you want to join me for the comprehensive, I will put the link down below. Thank you guys so much for being here, and I wish you absolutely nothing but the best. Thanks so much.